I was standing in my daughter's bedroom, holding a small white disc between my fingers, an AirTag. My hands were shaking. Behind me, my husband was calling from downstairs, asking what was wrong, but I couldn't answer, because on the floor, Chloe's laptop was open, showing a map. A map with a blue tracking everywhere I'd been for 4 months. The grocery store, the park, the hospital, and next to my Tuesday appointments, she typed, "Where is she going?" My 17-year-old daughter had been tracking me like a criminal. And the worst part? She was right not to trust me.
She just had no idea why.
What my daughter discovered when she finally confronted me wasn't what either of us expected. And by the time the truth came out, our family would never be the same point 4 months earlier. Everything seemed perfect. I'm Rebecca, 42, married to Marcus, a software engineer. Chloe was our only child, brilliant, headed for Berkeley. We were that family everyone envied. Sunday Target trips, Friday movie nights, golden retriever named Biscuit. But every Tuesday and Thursday I lied. I told Marcus I was going to yoga, told Chloe I was meeting book club friends. Then I'd drive 30 minutes across town and disappear into a medical building for 90 minutes. I wasn't having an affair. The truth was worse. In February, I got a call from Dr. Patricia Voss. She asked if I was Rebecca Winters, my maiden name. No one had called me that in 20 years. She worked for a private medical facility. My mother had listed me as emergency contact before she died. My mother, who I hadn't spoken to in 19 years, who I'd cut out completely when I married Marcus. She'd been a compulsive gambler, had stolen from me, destroyed my childhood. I'd mourned that relationship long before she actually died. But Dr. Voss said my mother had enrolled in an experimental program before her death, genetic research on addiction, and she'd checked a box allowing them to contact family members. They wanted my DNA. They wanted to test if I carried the same markers, and they were willing to pay $50,000. Marcus and I were drowning in medical debt from his emergency surgery the year before. Chloe's college fund was gone. We were 3 months behind on the mortgage. $50,000 was oxygen. But I couldn't tell Marcus, because taking the money meant admitting I'd had a mother, meant explaining why I'd lied about being an only child, about my past, about everything I'd built our marriage on. So I did the tests in secret. Weekly appointments, blood work, cognitive assessments, psychological evaluations. They were studying how genetic predisposition to addiction manifested across generations. And every Tuesday, I signed forms and gave samples and took their money in installments deposited to a private account. Then Chloe planted the AirTag.
I didn't know when. Didn't know why.
Not until I found her laptop that night. She confronted me 3 hours later, came into the kitchen where I was standing, still holding that AirTag. Her face was red, tears streaming. She said she'd started tracking me because she thought I was cheating on Dad. She said she'd been so scared, watching that blued, see me go to the same building twice a week. She thought her family was falling apart. And then she said the thing that destroyed everything. "I followed you last week, Mom. I saw you go inside." I took a photo of the building directory. I Googled it. Her voice cracked. "It's a genetic research facility for addiction studies." She knew. My brilliant daughter had figured it out. "You had family you never told us about," she whispered. "You've been lying about who you are." I told her everything. About my mother, the gambling, the trauma, the money I was earning, how I'd used it to save our house, to secretly rebuild her college fund, how I'd done it all to protect our future. But Chloe didn't see protection. She saw betrayal. "You let me think we were broke," she said. "I got a job at Target. I've been working 20 hours a week, saving every penny for college. I stopped asking for anything. And you had money the whole time?" I tried to explain. The installments weren't enough at first. I had to wait for the full amount. I was going to tell them. I was going to fix everything. She shook her head. "You tracked Dad's location when he was late from work last month. You checked my Snapchat location constantly. You said family doesn't keep secrets." Her voice went cold. "But you're the biggest liar here. And you made me just like you." She held up her phone, showed me her own tracking app, showed me that for 4 months she'd been lying too, sneaking around, obsessing, becoming exactly what she'd been raised by. That's when Marcus walked in, heard everything. The look on his face broke something in me I don't think I can repair. The genetic tests came back positive. I carry every marker my mother had. Predisposition to addiction, to compulsive behavior, to secrecy. The researchers said it doesn't mean I'll become her. But Chloe asked a question I couldn't answer. If you knew you might be like Grandma, why did you have me? Did you ever think about whether I'd inherit it too? I hadn't. I'd been so focused on escaping my past that I never considered I might be passing it forward. We're in family therapy now. Marcus moved into the guest room. Chloe got into Berkeley early admission, but she barely speaks to me. And that AirTag sits in my jewelry box. A reminder that the person I thought I was protecting my family from was myself all along. If you've ever kept a secret to protect someone you love, just know this. They might forgive the truth eventually, but they'll never forgive discovering you're the kind of person who could lie to them for months while watching their every move. And that's the real betrayal, not what you hid, but who you became while hiding it. If that story touched you, so some stories end, but others begin right here. Keep growing with the telling tree. Like, subscribe, and stay with us.